Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you today? Is everyone all right? Well, hopefully, yes. Welcome to another webinar. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to return to our normal lives. Well, not yet. So here I am. My name is Karen, and I'm streaming live from my ass Milano Fiuzi. Yay! Well, the school is empty. We are all lonely. It's quiet. And we miss you very, very much. That's why we've been doing this webinar so we can talk to you. So, unfortunately, we can talk face to face, but to type your comments, say hello, to type your answers here in the comment section. Okay, so this week we started webinars all day long, and the webinars now last 50 minutes. So we started now at 1 and we're going to finish at 10 to 2. Okay, hopefully we'll be able to learn a lot of new things by then. Okay, so is everyone ready to get started? Yes, let's do this together then. I'm looking forward to your comments. Okay, you and me together. All right, let's do this. Okay, so today we are talking about our childhood. So let's do this. Childhood. Guys, did you have a good childhood? Hopefully, yes. What memories do you have from your childhood? Hopefully, you have a lot of happy memories, good memories. So, childhood, guys, comes from the word child. Child is when you are a kid. So, is the period in which you are a kid, you're a child. I think that's before teenage years. So, that's around until 12, maybe. So, near baby until you are around 12 years old. Okay, so let's do this together. Childhood. In this focus activity, memory and child, talking about my childhood, used to would for past, verbs and phrases for childhood. Okay, so we'll be talking about the past a lot today. Oh, right. Memories. What is your earliest memory? Do you remember much from your childhood? Which sounds or smells remind you of moments from your childhood? Do you ever feel nostalgic about your childhood? So, let's talk about memories. Do you like stories? I love stories, guys. I love stories. So, I like talking about certain periods of time. So, we learn about each other. I think there is a lot we can learn about other people when we talk about our lives. All right. So, first question, guys, please feel free to share your memories, your ideas, your comments in the comments. What is your earliest memory? Well, for me, my earliest memory. Oh my God, this is a difficult question, guys. This is a really difficult question. Probably. Um, I remember when I was around 3 years old, or I was almost 3 years old, and I think we have an answer, Alessandra. When I was a child, I used to play piano. Nice. Is that your earliest memory, Alessandra? What is your earliest memory, Alessandra? Hmm. But very good use of used to. Very good, Alessandra. Well done. So my earliest memory, like my first memory, is when my brother was born. When my excuse me, forgive me. When my brother was born. My brother was born when I was around 2 years old, almost 3. And I think that's my earliest memory. I remember going to the hospital to see my brother, my baby brother, so tiny and beautiful, and my mom. And I remember that I loved being Um, sounds weird, but I loved being at the hospital with my mother. For me, it was a lot of fun. We ate a lot of good food. And I thought it was amazing to just meet this tiny little human being that for some reason, through some magical spell, some magic came out of my mom. So I think that's my earliest memory. And I remember that I used to have a plush toy, and I used to carry that plush toy around all the time. I had a lot of fun. So I think that's my earliest memory. So it's my first memory. I don't really remember anything before that because we usually don't remember things when we were a baby, for example. We don't remember being a baby. Unless you guys remember being a baby. Please tell me if you do. Do you remember much from your childhood? I think I do. I think I remember a lot from my childhood. I remember going out with my mom. I remember helping my mom cook. I remember playing with dolls, drawing. I used to love drawing and painting, playing with my friends, running around in the garden. When I was when I was a kid, I was a bit of a tomboy. They call it a tomboy. Do you know what a tomboy is, guys? Tomboy is more is a girl who sort of behaves like a boy. Because I was really adventurous. I used to run around all the time and climb trees, and it was a lot of fun. But I was a bit rebellious, so I remember a lot from my childhood. Alessandra shares her memory. My first memory is when I was 5 years old, and I took from the street a lost dog that he became one member more of my family. Okay. Tomboy. Yes, exactly. That's how you rate it. Yes, tomboy. Perfect. um, and well, she took from the streets a lost dog. That's wonderful. And he became another member of my family. That's lovely, Alessandra. Oh, do you still have that dog? Maybe not. Maybe not. For how long did you have? You're very welcome. For how long did you have the dog? Share your memories with us. That's lovely. Do you remember much from your childhood, Alessandra? Please, if you like to share, I'll be happy to read your comment. Which sounds or smells remind you of moments from your childhood? Hmm. I'm not sure. For some reason, when I was a young girl, I was around 4 or 5. My mom bought me a piano, but it wasn't like a piano per se. It was like a keyboard, but it was one made for children. So it was tiny, it was red, and you had like preset music. So it's not like I had to play the piano because unfortunately I can't play the piano, but it had like preset music. So you just tick, 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 and music would play. And I remember one of the songs that I had there was Let It Be by the Beatles. For some reason, that song now feels very nostalgic to me. Every time I listen to Let It Be, I feel like I'm going back to my childhood because I used to love the little keyboard and I used to love to pretend to play Let It Be. So it reminds me of my childhood, of my grandma's house, because I spent a lot of time there. Um, Smells. Well, every time my mom cooks, that reminds me of my childhood. My grandma used to be a really, really, really good cook. She was amazing and she could make everything and anything. like cakes, cookies, pies, lasagna, pasta. She could make anything and she was fantastic. So my mom grew up to become a fantastic cook as well. She is an amazing cook, and she used to cook a lot when I was a kid. She still cooks a lot. Um, thank you. She still cooks a lot, and every time she cooks, and I smell the food, the scent of the food that she's making, that reminds me of my childhood. The or when she bakes cakes, that's amazing as well. And that is also very nostalgic to me. Chocolate cake, because my mom used to make chocolate cake for us for our birthday. So every year she would make a chocolate cake or any cake. If we asked her to make a different cake, she would make it. She would definitely make it, and it was fantastic. So, guys, if you want to tell me which sounds or smells remind you of your childhood, please let me know. Um, Alessandra, I am feeling nostalgic when when I think about the maybe lightheartedness. Is that what you meant? To be like lighthearted. So you feel nostalgic. Remember that I only use present continuous when I talk about the present moment. So if you are thinking about it now, maybe you are feeling nostalgic at this moment. And or if you're talking about the future, a future plan. So in this case, you feel nostalgic when you think about how lighthearted, I believe. Yes, perfect. How lighthearted kids are. Absolutely. You are carefree, so to say. You don't care about the world. You're always happy. You don't notice the problems around you. And that's a good thing, isn't it? Or you always believe things will get better, which is a fantastic mindset. And I think we should keep it as we grow older. Nicole, hello. Hello, Nicole. Nice to meet you. It's very nice to meet you too. Thank you for coming. Yes, I had a great childhood. I used to play basketball and I remember my grandmother's dishes and also the football matches with my friends. That's amazing. That's lovely, Nicole. That's absolutely lovely. Are you tall? Were you a good basketball player? My brother used to play a lot of basketball as well. And my grandmother's dish, we always have a memory related to food. It's funny, isn't it? And the football matches with my friend. It sounds lovely, Nicole. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's go for question number 4. Do you ever feel nostalgic about your childhood? Hmm. So, Alessandra mentioned that she feels nostalgic when she thinks about how lighthearted we all used to be, I think. In my case, yes, of course. I think I was talking to someone yesterday, and or 2 days ago, and I saw a kid running down the street, and that reminded me of me as a kid, and I missed those days. So I think every now and then I do feel nostalgic when I see children playing, or when I think about, or when I stumble upon my toys, and I'm like, oh my God, remember those days, Karen? So I do feel nostalgic because it was nice to be so carefree and lighthearted, to really be free from all the worries, right? Feel like everything is gonna be fine all the time, and not worry about paying the rent, paying my bills, right? Do you agree, guys? Yeah, come on, come on. We didn't have to care about the rent, about the bills. um, no, it was just about playing and growing up and learning new things and getting good grades at school. Let's all be honest. Absolutely. So, guys, if you want to share your memories, feel free to type there in the comments if you feel nostalgic when you think about your childhood. Okay, while you type, I'm going to show you the next. When I grow up, what did you want to be when you grew up? Work in pairs and see if you can guess the top 10 jobs kids would like to do when they grow up. The pair with the most correct answers wins. Well, we don't have pairs here, but we can think about those jobs. So, first, what did you want to be when you grew up? Tell me, what was your dream when you were a kid? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer. Well, I can I can sing nowadays, but I am not a professional singer. Um, I also wanted to, when I was around 10, I wanted to be an illustrator. Yeah, illustrator is a person who draws pictures, who draws for books, to illustrate books, or maybe ads. Nowadays, illustrators can work in different fields, but I wanted to be an illustrator for children's books. So, and that's something that I still carry with me because every time I go to a bookshop, I love looking at the picture books and seeing all the different drawings. I think they are absolutely beautiful. So, what did you want to be when you grew up? Hmm. Can you guess the top 10 jobs kids would like to do when they grow up? What do you think? What are popular jobs? Maybe to be an actress or an actor, or maybe to be a doctor. I think a doctor is very popular. To be a teacher, maybe. I remember some of my friends wanted to be teachers when they were little. Um, what else? To be a superhero? Oh my god, Nicole, that's amazing. I wanted to be an archaeologist. That's amazing. That's such a beautiful dream. That's fantastic. Are you an archaeologist nowadays or no? Did you change your did your dream change? Um what else? Do you think that's a popular one, guys, to be an archaeologist? Can we add that to the list? Maybe being a pirate like the one like the boy in the picture. What else? Popular jobs, maybe to be a football player. Maybe young boys dream of becoming a football player. What else? What else can we think about? To be a photographer? Nah, not that popular, right? What else? Mm, what do you think? Mm, a veterinarian. Kids usually love pets. That would be a good idea. What else? Doctor, teacher, veterinarian, archaeologist, maybe. A nurse, maybe. Hmm, that's a very good question. Shall we find out the answer together? Well, let's do this then. The answers. Da-na-na-na. And the drums roll. Number 10, singer or a musician. So, see, I had a really popular dream, guys. My dream was really popular. I was really normal as a kid. Maybe not. I was a crazy child. I am still crazy, guys. But when I was a kid, I was even crazier. Number 9. Do-do-do-do. A writer. Isn't that lovely? My brother, when he was a child, he wanted to be four things at the same time, and he thought it was pretty much possible. And he would tell everyone that he would be like four things at the same time. I think it was like a writer, engineer. Um, he wanted to be a writer, an engineer. I think a musician, and I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. Something else. It was completely it was like a crazy dream, but he thought it would be possible for him to become all four things at the same time. I was like, "Gee, well done. You're gonna make it. Don't worry." Very creative boy, that one. So, singer, writer, number 8. Any ideas? We have an athlete. Yeah, I think he wanted to be an ath- I think he wanted to be a basketball player. Yes, I think that was the fourth one. Yeah, that boy. That boy had aspirations in life. To be an athlete. That's lovely. Number 7, a doctor. See? A doctor. Doctor usually. An astronaut. Absolutely, an astronaut. Yes. A footballer, a gold medalist. Yes, absolutely. I think children dream of getting their own gold medal. Let's see. Doctor, number 7. Let's see if we can. Well, athlete, footballer, so or medalist. So let's see if astronaut is in the list. Number 6, a ballerina. Yes, I think some of my friends wanted to be ballerinas when they grew up. That's a lovely job, isn't it? It must be very, very difficult to be a ballerina, but that's beautiful. Number 5, a chef. A chef. Yes, a chef. Hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Would you like to become a chef? No, chef. No, no. Okay. Number 4, firefighter. A firefighter, guys, also called a fireman. Okay, that's lovely. A firefighter. A policeman, maybe. So we still have 3, the top 3. So let's see. Number 3, astronaut. You got any call? Well done. Very, very good. So an astronaut is here. And number 2, when you think, "Da-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na," okay. Number 2, an actor. See, I knew it. Had to be here. Nowadays, a fashion blogger. Very, Alessandra. I must agree with you. I have to. It's just necessary. I also teach children, and I think some of my 12-year-olds they have mentioned that to me. Like when I ask them, what would you like to be when you grow up? And they're like, I want to be a blogger. I wanted to be a influencer. So I think maybe things have changed a little bit from the time when maybe we were kids to the kids nowadays. So yeah, nowadays definitely a flash blogger. I think you're completely right, Lissandra. But let's see here. Now our list. Oh my god, it's terrible. I feel kind of sad. I feel like I don't know. There's so much that can be done in the world. There are so many fantastic careers, and I don't know. Everything is so internet focused nowadays, unfortunately. So I think that limits kids quite a bit. Unfortunately, I completely agree with you, Alessandra. I think it's terrible. Number 1, we have a teacher. Ha ha! I'm living the dream. Guys, very good. So, the list. So, number 1, teacher, actor, astronaut, firefighter, chef, ballerina, doctor, athlete, writer, singer, or musician. Yes, I think exactly the same together in this, Alessandra. Absolutely. I think we should discuss this topic. Absolutely. But we're not going to discuss it now because I want to get to the used to would part. Important. But absolutely, thank you. Thank you for your comment, Alessandra. Absolutely. We're together in this. So, let's learn some idioms, some very good, popular, common expressions related to childhood, shall we? Match the phrases on the left to their meanings. So we have throw tantrums. Throw tantrums. What is a tantrum? Get into trouble. Be a picky eater. To be told off. To share your toys. To look up to. and to make fun of. Guys, please try matching these phrases to their meanings, and I'm gonna read Nicole's comment while you think about it a little bit. Nicole said, I dreamed about something more adventurous instead of becoming, okay? After instead of, always use a verb with ing. Instead of becoming an influencer. Okay, absolutely. Yes, I think I had a lot of dreams when I was a kid. Like I said, I wanted to be a singer, to sing in front of a big crowd, or I wanted to paint a gigantic painting, to create drawings. Yes, I think our traveling the world and talking to different people. I still have that dream though. But yes, I think maybe this whole the idea that children are now so focused on the internet, on their smartphones, I think it limits their creativity and their imagination, which I think it's crazy sad. So maybe we should try encouraging the children that we have around us to be more creative and to rely on their imagination and develop that imagination. Okay, Alessandra already has an answer. Make fun of means laugh at, ridicule. Okay, since you guys already have some ideas there, let's try checking the answers together. Okay, let's start with throw tantrums. Any ideas? To throw tantrums. Hmm, what does it mean to throw a tantrum? Hmm. To be reprimanded. To cry and roll around on the floor. Hmm. To ridicule. No, Alessandra said make fun of means to ridicule. To be fussy about food. To respect or admire. To allow other kids to touch your things. Nicole said to cry and roll around on the floor. And Nicole is absolutely right. Guys, to throw a tantrum is when a child wants something and for some reason they don't get what they want and they start making a fuss. But I wanted, but I wanted. And they start crying and rolling around on the floor and maybe stomping their little feet. Yeah, so that's throw a tantrum. Okay, maybe screaming. Okay, is that clear? For example, my little cousin always throws tantrums when his mom tells him that he can't eat chocolate in the middle of the day. Okay, he starts crying and screaming, okay, making a scene in front of everyone. Is that clear? To throw tantrums. Very good. Thank you, Alessandra. I'm glad. So let's get into trouble together. Guys, what does it mean to get into trouble? To get into trouble. To be reprimanded. Mm, to allow other kids to touch your things. To respect. Hmm, to suffer punishment for doing wrong. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Any ideas? Okay, we have two different ideas here. Let's see. Nicole says suffer punishment for doing wrong. Alessandra, be reprimanded. Actually, it means to suffer punishment for doing wrong. Okay, I'm gonna show you the difference between get into trouble and the phrase that means be reprimanded. Okay, well done, Nicole. Good. It was a good try, Alessandra. You are. I think your idea was correct. It was just the definition that was a little bit off. So to get into trouble to means to suffer punishment for doing wrong. Okay, so for example, I knew that if I got a bad grade at school, I would get into trouble. So my parents would, I don't know, take the video game away from me. So something would happen. I would suffer punishment for doing something that I shouldn't do. Okay. For example, we in a sense, guys, we can use get into trouble as adults as well, or for adults when we talk about adults as well. I know that if I don't hand in this report by tomorrow, I will get into trouble. Something bad is going to happen to me. Okay? Is that clear? Any questions? Please just ask, okay? To be a picky eater. What does it mean to be a picky eater? To be a picky eater? A picky. So picky, you choose very carefully. I only eat this, I only eat that. To be a picky eater is not just related to children either. Absolutely, Nicole. Well done to be fussy about food. So fussy is when you're like, oh, a little bit too. I don't want this. I want that. But that's green. I don't like green. I want blue. So you're very picky or fussy. You're like, oh, not this, that. You're not like, oh yeah, that's fine. You don't have this that's fine attitude. You're more like, oh, but not this. I don't want this. I want that. Okay. So to be a picky eater, oh, broccoli. Oh no. Peas. Oh, I hate peas. Okay. So adults can be picky eaters as well, not just children. Oh, is that mushrooms? I don't eat mushrooms. Okay. To be fussy about food or to be a picky eater. What does it mean to be told off? Hmm. What do you think? To be told off. Hmm. Hmm. Any ideas? To respect, to admire, to allow other kids to touch your things, to be reprimanded by an adult. Hmm. To be reprimanded, very good, absolutely. So, this is the difference. Remember that I told you I'm going to explain the difference? So, to be told off means to be reprimanded by an adult. Okay? If I got a bad grade at school, I would be told off. Okay? So, to get into trouble is the actual punishment. Something happens, something bad happens to you. Okay, maybe you're not gonna be able to eat chocolate after dinner, or maybe your boss is gonna, I don't know, fire you. Okay, now if you're told off, it's just the spoken warning. Okay, oh, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. That's wrong. It's just the speech, the nagging. When we were kids, that was our parents used to nag because they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's not correct. You shouldn't do that. That's so bad. Blah, blah, blah. Don't ever do that. You know? Okay. So, guys, any questions, let me know. So, to be told off when somebody reprimands you. To share your toys. Any ideas? To share your toys. I think this one is kind of easy, isn't it? To share your toys means to allow other kids to touch your things. Okay, when I was a kid, I was a really nice kid, and I used to be happy to share my toys with the other kids. So I would have my dolls, and I don't know, maybe a basketball or like a football, and I would share those toys with the other kids. I didn't mind sharing. Okay. But my brother was a really nasty kid and he wouldn't share his toys with anyone. Perfect, Nicole. Well done. What about look up to? Hmm. To look up to someone. What does it mean to look up to someone? What do you think? Look up to, a really, really common phrasal verb that means to to. Absolutely, Alessandra. Absolutely. Very good, Nicole. So to look up to means to respect or admire someone. So, and this is a phrasal verb that can be used at any point in your life. When I was a kid, I used to look up to my grandmother because she was incredibly kind and incredibly smart and incredibly strong woman. So I admired my grandmother because she was fantastic. Okay. I still look up to my grandmother today. It's not used to in this case because I still look up to my grandmother. Or maybe nowadays I look up to my mother because I've noticed that she's inherited these traits from my grandmother. They are very similar, my mom and my grandmother. So my mom is also very strong and very kind, and I look up to her. Okay, so you always look up to someone. Okay, in the sense of you admire this person, you want to learn from this person. Okay, you respect this person. Okay, guys, any questions, please let me know. Okay, let's try make fun of. I think Alessandra had already mentioned the answer. That means to ridicule, to laugh at. Okay, when other kids laugh at you. When I was a kid, my hair was really funny, and the other kids used to make fun of me. So you make fun of someone or something, of a characteristic maybe. So they make fun, they laugh at you. Ah, ha, ha, that's such a funny hair. Look at the look at that girl. She has such funny hair. Okay. So to make fun is to laugh at someone. They used to make fun of my nose because my nose was too big. Okay. So to laugh at someone. All good? All clear? Okay. Let's try the next slide. Guys, this is very, very important and very, very good. Okay, used to and would, two very, very common structures in English. Let's read together. Used to, would. We can use used to in the past to talk about something that was true but isn't true anymore. I used to be blonde. Now I am a redhead. We can use used to or would in the past to talk about habitual actions. I used to go to the open air cinema with my boyfriend. We would cuddle and eat popcorn. Would is usually nostalgic. We would walk along the beach at sunset without a care in the world. Used to plus infinitive, would plus infinitive. Okay, before we talked about used to and would, Alessandra asks, so is it this last word used in a negative way? Make fun of. In a sense, yes. Okay, if someone used to make fun of you, they used to laugh at a characteristic that you have or you used to have. Okay. Um, mm, we don't usually, if we say like, oh, my friends always make fun of me, it sounds a bit weird. So in a sense, it sounds a bit bad. Okay. But if you're talking about friends and you want to explain, for example, my brother always makes fun of me because I'm very clumsy. Okay. Um, in this case, since it's my brother and I'm like, it depends on the tone of voice that you use, it depends on context. My brother always makes fun of me because I'm very clumsy. Then it sounds normal. Okay. So it's not exactly negative, but it depends on the context, on the tone of voice that you use. Okay. All right. So, used to and would. Guys, I use used to and would with an infinitive to talk about past habits. So things that happened frequently in the past, but now they don't happen anymore. Okay, they stopped happening. All right. So I use used to just to convey information. Okay, just to tell you something that used to happen, happened all the time in the past, and now doesn't. I used to go to school every day. Now I don't go to school anymore. I finished school. Okay, I'm just telling you information. All right. Now, would is nostalgic. Okay, it conveys the same idea. This is a past habit, something that happened all the time in the past, but now it doesn't happen anymore. But it gives you this impression of something that you really loved doing, something that you miss. Okay, so it is nostalgic. There is a difference between saying, I used to spend I used to spend my afternoons with my friends at school. This is just information. Now, if I say I would spend the afternoons with my friends at school, it sounds like I loved doing that. Okay? So there is just would gives you conveys emotion as well. It's not just information. All right? Everything clear? Remember that with would, I can't use would in this sense with stative verbs. So verbs like love, hate, have, because if I say would love, would like, would have, would hate, it means something different. Remember, I would like a cup of tea. Okay, so it means something different. With these verbs, I have to use would. I used to love watching Cartoon Network when I was a kid. Okay, so with the stative verbs, I need to use used to all the time. Okay, guys, I hope vocabulary is all clear from the slide. Blonde, redhead, open air cinema. Open air cinema is, a cinema in the open air. Okay. What is the meaning of would plus stative verbs? Okay, so remember when we want to ask for something politely, we say I would like. No, I would like a couple of tea, please. hmm So I would love to meet your husband. Okay, it has a separate meaning depending on the verb, of course. Okay, it depends on the verb. If you're using love, if you use like, if we use hate. Okay, but in this case is the normal meaning, the meaning that we usually use, that we learned like years ago when we start learning English. One of the first things that we learn is, if you want to be polite, use would like instead of I want coffee. No, I would like some coffee, please. Okay, so okay, absolutely clear, Alessandra. Okay, so if I want to talk about past habits, so something that I loved in the past, but now I don't love anymore, I have to use used to, or like, or hate. Okay. Let's see. So vocabulary. I hope everything is clear. Cuddle. Do you know what cuddle is? Cuddle is to hug, to be like really close to someone, to keep hugging that person. Okay, this is cuddle. Okay, yes, it is. Thanks. You're very welcome, Alessandra. Thank you for participating. Would you usually walk along the beach at sunset without a care in the world, without a care, without any worries. Okay, everything clear? So let's practice using used to before we go today. Create questions for other students using used to or would. Did you used to throw tantrums? Guys, notice that used to I use as a normal verb in the past. So I say used to in the affirmative for questions, did you used to? Or in the negative, I didn't used to. Okay? As a child, would you share your toys with the other children? Okay, so we have some of the expressions that we learned today. So, guys, um, did you used to throw tantrums? Tell me. Try to make like a long sentence. So, I used to throw tantrums, or no, I didn't used to throw tantrums. I didn't used to throw tantrums. My mom says that I was a really well behaved kid. As a child, would you share your toys with the other children? Yes, I would be happy to do so. Or I used to love, let's try something different. I used to love sharing my toys with the other kids. Um, let's see. Please, guys, make sentences with used to or would if you want and share them in the comments there. And try to use one of those idioms, expressions that we learned. Did you used to get into trouble when you were a kid for getting bad grades at school? What do you think? Uh, I was a really good student. So I used to be a really good student. That's why I didn't used to get into trouble for that. Um, did you used to be a picky eater? Yes, no. We're like, no. I'll only eat pasta. No vegetables, no fruit. What do you think? Hmm. Salvina says, yes, I did. I used I used to be very jealous of my toys when I was a child. I think you were very protective of very good, Salvina, of your toys. You were very protective. You're like, my toys. No. Yeah, very good, Salvina. It's like, no, 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 my toys. Play with your toys. Very good. Thank you, Salvina. Alessandra, I used to eat anything without any care. Okay, without caring about my weight. Okay, or without worrying about my weight. Very true. Very true. When I was a kid, I was like, who cares? Let's eat everything all the time. Yes, I was happy to eat a lot of things. Um, who did you used to look up to when you were a kid? Who did you used to look up to when you were a kid? Tell me. Your mom, your dad, maybe a superhero, someone from your family, from school, maybe. Did people used to make fun of you? Hmm. 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 Did your parents used to tell you off? Let's see. Why is about and not of? Because that's the preposition we use to care and worry. We always care about something or we worry about something. Okay? We use take care of someone. Okay? So for a phrasal verb, you take care of. I take care of my brother because he's younger than me. Okay? So you take care of someone. But the idea of worry, okay, I use care about or worry about something. All right? So care, take care of someone, okay, but care and worry about something. Clear, Alessandra? Okay, perfect. Nicole, I used to look up to my dad. Very nice. When I was a child, I used to look up to my aunt. I would love to be like her. So today, you would love to be like her. Or when you were a kid, I used to love the idea of becoming a person like her. Very good, girls. Thank you very, very much for participating. I think we are almost done. Let's just quickly review what we learned today. So, we talked about our childhood, about used to and would, to talk about past habits that don't happen anymore. Okay, you're very welcome, Salvina. So, talk about past habits that don't happen anymore, used to and would. with the infinitive form of the verb. Okay, we learned these beautiful expressions that you see on your screen: to throw tantrums, to get into trouble, no video game for a week, to be a picky eater, I'm not gonna eat broccoli today, to look up to admire, like Nicole. She used to look up to her dad. Maybe you still look up to your dad or not. Okay. To make fun of, ha 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 ha, look at that funny hair. To share your toys. Feel free to play with my toys, everyone. And to be told of, oh my god, you shouldn't do that, that's not nice. Guys, is everything clear? Hopefully, yes. All right. Please, guys, stay healthy and happy, okay? Take care of yourselves. Hopefully, things will fall into place soon and we'll be able to see each other very, very soon. Guys, please keep watching our webinars. We have webinars all day long, and it was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very, very much for participating, guys. Have a lovely afternoon. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. Have a good week. Bye.